Hi everyone, Ian here from Mako Create, and in this video I am going to be showing you how you can create your very own glitch art. Now, if you have no idea what glitch art is, it's basically either the accidental or deliberate breaking of digital images or video so that they look different, they look slightly quirky, they look slightly broken, bits are in the wrong places, colors have changed, that kind of thing. And it's a very trial and error type of process. I am going to show you how to do it using a computer. That could be a PC or a Mac, and we're going to be working with just a regular JPEG image. So you need to have a computer, obviously, and you need a JPEG image. That JPEG image could come from your phone, it could come from a digital camera, or it could even be an image that you've saved from the internet. Just a word of warning on that, make sure that you've got the rights to work on the image that you are working on. Look for royalty-free images, that's going to be best. Okay, so what does glitch art look like? Well, here's one I prepared earlier for you. So the image I am going to be working on today is this JPEG, and this is a picture of me running one of our workshops in a library. You can see our drone flying around there, and it looks fine. I've already glitched one for you, so when we change things, when we break things and glitch it, it goes a bit higgledy-piggledy. It looks a bit like that. So you can see that things are broken, colors are where they shouldn't be, and bits of the image are kind of all mashed together. It is a very much, like I said before, a trial and error process. Sometimes it'll look great, other times it won't look so great, and you need to go back and have another try. And other times, it'll just straight up not work. We are breaking things, so you might go too far and break things, but it's trial and error, so don't get too upset if it doesn't work first time. Okay, so how do you do it? What we need to do is make sure that first of all, we have got a copy of the image that we're going to be working on. We're going to change it, and like I said, you might break it, so that if you do break it, we can go back to the way that the image was before it was broken. So however you want to do that, I would suggest going to duplicate if you're on a Mac, or that might be copy and paste on a PC. We just need to make sure that we've got a duplicate of the original image just in case. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rename this file. So right click and rename. And then we're not actually concerned about what the file is called. What we're concerned about is the file extension, the type of file that we're working with. So at the moment you can see it says .jpg. I'm going to delete that and I'm going to change that to .txt. So that means now that we're basically tricking the computer into thinking that this is a text file, not an image file, it's a text file. So my Mac says, are you sure you want to do this? I am sure, so I'm going to say use.txt. And now you can see, even in the little thumbnail for me, the computer is ready to open this in my text editor. Now, depending on whether you're on a PC or Mac, you can see that it's going to open in text edit for me. For you guys, that might be Notepad, and there are loads of text editing apps out there on the internet for you to download and choose. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. But basically, when I double click that now, here you can see all of the information that goes on behind the scenes in order for that JPEG to look the way that it does when you open it up. Normally, I don't understand what any of this means, so don't worry if you're sat there going, oh my goodness, this looks very, very complicated. It kind of is, but we're not interested in understanding it too much. What we're going to do basically is break it. So one of the ways that we can break it is by selecting large chunks of it and hitting delete, hitting the backspace key and getting rid of it. And it's as simple as that. So I'm going to scroll down towards about halfway. I'm going to grab another big chunk of it and I'm going to hit that delete key again. And then I'm going to scroll a little bit further down towards the bottom, and I'm going to grab a bit from the middle here, delete that, and I'm going to grab another big chunk down there and I'm going to delete that. Okay, so I'm done glitching this photo for now. What I need to do is go up to File and Save, and then I can close that down. So we need to get it back from a .txt file into a .jpeg file. So just a case of right clicking and renaming again, going down to the file extension, getting rid of .txt and changing it back to a JPEG, so .jpg. And then it warns me again, it says you're about to make a change. That's fine, I'm happy to see it as a JPEG. And now when I open this up, you can see it is starting to look glitched. I've got bits at the top that are wrong, bits at the middle that are wrong, and bits at the bottom that are wrong. Cool. So what I want to do now, again, is make a copy of that, because remember, there's a chance that you can break things, and if we break things, we want to be able to go back to where we last left off. So I am going to right click again and go to duplicate, or a copy and paste is fine. And then it's the same process again. I am going to right click, rename, and go down to the file extension and change that from JPEG to TXT. Yes, I'm happy to do that. And I'm going to open it back up in the text editor. And this time I'm going to scroll down, and we're not going to glitch by deleting. This time we're going to move bits of this information. We're going to copy it and paste it. So I'm going to scroll about a quarter of the way down, and I'm going to grab a random chunk here, and I'm going to go to edit and copy. And then I am going to scroll down about halfway, and I'm going to go edit, paste. So I'm taking that bit of information from the top and I'm spreading it throughout the code. So I'm going to go edit and paste again towards the bottom. And let's do one more for good luck. So right the way towards the bottom, paste it in there as well. Okay. So I am done glitching for now. I'm going to go file and save, and then I'm going to come out of that, and it is the same process as before. Rename, go down to the file extension and change it to .jpg. Yes, I'm fine. And then let's open it up, and we can see it's looking even more glitched now, which is fantastic. So one last way to glitch your image, we're going to do a third copy of that. So duplicate again, rename the file extension back to txt, and then open it up in the text editor of your choice. And so we've looked at deleting information, we've looked at copying and pasting information, moving it around. This is my favorite. This is where you get to put bits of information in. So find where you want to start, and then mash on your keyboard. You can even hit a few enters in there, mash a bit, a few enters, mash a bit, a few more enters. And it doesn't just have to be random stuff. You can kind of write in there as well. So I am just going to write a random hello in there. And right the way towards the bottom, I'm going to do a little bit of branding, tagging. I'm going to write Mako create secretly in there. So same as before, file and save. Let's close that down. And then for the last time, fingers crossed, rename and change it from a TXT to, yes, you guessed it, a .jpg. Yes, I'm fine with that. Let's open that up, see what it looks like. Cool, I'm kind of happy with that. It is a very, very random process. Your changes will look dramatically different to mine. And if I did the same thing again, it's very, very unlikely I'm going to do exactly the same thing, and you're going to get very, very different results. Just one little piece of advice that I would suggest for you, it's going to be easier if you work with smaller images. So not great big images that are loads and loads of megapixels wide and really, really massive. You're going to work better with images that are kind of 600 pixels, 800 pixels. The smaller the image, the less information and less confusing it can get. So just try and find small images, or resize your image to begin with before you get going. Okay, so that is how you can glitch your images, either images that you've taken or ones that you've found from the web. Just remember to find those royalty-free images before you go taking somebody else's work. I hope you found it fun. I hope you found it informative and useful, and I invite you to go ahead and start glitching your own pictures. Remember, if you do post anything online after watching this video, we'd love to see all the fantastic art that you make. So remember to @Mako Create across all of the social networks so we can see what you guys have made. That's it from me. I've been Ian. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.